Namaste and welcome to the Know Thyself broadcast number 13 with your hosts Vukan Kämpfer and you're unmuted. Vukan Kämpfer.
Hi.
And Christian Reich, myself, and with a special guest, Glenn Tram from the greatworkexperience.com.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to be back. It's an honor. Thank you for accepting me. Yeah. I love talking to you guys. So yes, yeah.
The
Pleasure having you.
The pleasure is on our side, and we have some nice, exciting topics today. We will talk about Anarchos, your book.
Yeah.
And afterwards about the one great work in Europe.
Yeah. I was thinking about starting from the beginning, even from the book. In the book, we can talk about some topics in there. We can elaborate on that. We can do a lot. There's a lot of there are like 11 chapters in there, so we can just pick one and we can just talk about it and discuss it elaborately.
Yeah,
we can start with chapter 1 if you want. I was thinking that, but we can let not the users, but the audience. The audience as well. They can ask for special requests. So I'm open.
Nice. My recommendation would be just let us start at the beginning and then do the top paragraph, and the rest the readers can explore themselves if they wish to. Just to whet their appetite. And I think the first chapters are the most important ones because they are very fundamental to like understanding the rest of it.
Yeah, it's true.
So let's start with chaos.
Chaos, yeah. Well, I think it was very befitting to start with chaos because the idea of anarchy, it's always chained, attached to chaos.
In the modern world now,
in their mind-controlled view.
Right.
Exactly. So everybody, when you talk about anarchy, most people, those who are not properly informed, they will say it's chaos, right?
Mayhem.
It's mayhem. It is a state that you do not want to be in. It is something that you do not want because they always see these pictures as well in Hollywood. They even use the word anarchy. And but
the stone throwers and the demonstrations are also called anarchists.
Anarchists, exactly. And last time I was even watching a Dutch interview, and then they use these words as though it is something that is not you should not want that because we need some people above us that tells us as little kids what to do.
Sure.
That is, they want to keep this state perpetually. This is the problem. So chaos is actually, it is misunderstood. They attach it to anarchy, but anarchy is not chaos. What is chaos is everything else but anarchy. That's the one of the focal points that I'm trying to make there. Everything is chaos but anarchy. Anarchy is the state where order will be restored. Because chaos, actually, if you look around, you're not going to tell me that we have two wars going on still, right? And that is order. Right? This is not order. This is anarchy. It is one of the working perfectly. Actually,
it's the old word order.
It's So this is one of the things that I say. Like these institutions, they do the opposite for what they claim they're doing. If you really look at it,
for sure.
Yeah.
If you look at, for instance, education system. schools, they say they will make you smarter, but
Dumb you down.
Yeah,
This is
indoctrinate you.
it just program you.
version.
Yeah, it's the inversion, exactly. Um, you have governments, they come in, they tell you, wow, you're going to be free. I'm going to make sure you're free. I'm going
Religions that destroy spirituality. Yeah.
yeah, it's, yeah, exactly. So our food is poisoned, the water is toxic. They do like the opposite what they're claiming to be doing,
Yeah.
right? And then they just say it with their mouth, but their action, that is what we need to look at, not what they say. They can say uh, for a million years that they're going to protect you, but there's another thing is I'm going to bring peace by going to war. How are we going to bring peace by going to war? So
It's
this
like
is for me, again,
it's like trying to be a virgin and
having a
fucking with
baby.
with a whole football team. Yeah, it's fucking for virginity. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I had to smile so hard because like our politician, we have in Germany, we have our chancellor like made this whole campaign on we don't make any new debt for the state, and we will be on a saving course, and everybody's said, yeah, we will, no, we have to save money and like save our republic and so on. And then like one day on the same day or a day later after he got elected, yeah, we now activate like €500 million and maybe more like 800 billion, and yeah, we pump it all into new military and stuff and so on. It was just really one day that he
Jeez.
made a 180.
It's the opposite, actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's the opposite. So that like now we're going to create more debt to save, really.
And he admitted to having planned it last year already before they started the campaign. So he lied all the campaign through till he got elected, and then he, on the day after election, he switched.
Yeah, and this is what I mean is this is a very good point, because chaos comes from all these lies.
Absolutely, yeah.
Lying, like they're lying their way through the campaign. That's a very good example. So
Yeah.
you the only thing you have is this is the root of all chaos, because these politicians, most of them lie, like, if not all of them, they're lying, constantly lying. If they're not lying, they're deceiving, or they're not telling the whole truth.
Yeah,
And
they're professionals. They're
very
professional
much,
liars.
Yeah.
very much. I think I would even say that politics, if to be a politician, you have to be a good liar. Like,
Definitely.
this is going to be like your
Yeah.
work, your job is
Yeah.
lying. That's your job. We pay you thousands of euros each month, so you can just get out and lie a little bit more and lie a little bit more. So this
And
is
keep smiling, keep smiling.
Yeah.
keep smiling. yeah. So this is the first chapter, and the reason why it is there, because I want to bring to the attention of the reader that this is where the problem starts. It is not, these institutions are not there to make us better, because if they were, we would be better for thousands of years already. Right? They are here to control and keep us under control perpetually,
And make things worse.
and make it worse. And you're gonna, yeah, because they're gonna make your life a little bit worse and worse and worse, because they are just, you can say, vampires, bloodsuckers.
They erode you day by day, like until you need some medicine, quote unquote medicine from them, or like anything.
Yeah. So that's the ultimate thing. So they're going to kill you, and then you're gonna beg them to kill you, actually, because when you're sick, which they make you, you're going to go to them for medicine, which they made, the toxics and all these things, the foods they're providing you with.
Right.
And then there's a solution for all these things, actually. But we need to first, like, this is what I say to people. most people do not engage in anything. They just like
Consume.
consume and be very static. They don't do nothing because in their mind they think there's nothing to be done. There is
You
a
got it.
yeah. I want to say this. There is nothing to be done in your mind. There is a lot to be done. There is a lot you can do, right? To be free, stay free. There's a lot you can do to change the narrative, change the world out there. But it requires you to get out of your fucking lazy ass and do something.
Yeah. And I see actually a big problem that most people, they are constantly lying to themselves.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they wake up and from
Yeah.
the first moment they lie to themselves and say that everything is all right, everything is in order, and there is nothing to see, nothing to correct or do better. And with that mindset, they just live and continue to procreate,
Live.
and
Be a happy slave.
yeah, they teach that to their children and just focus on money, focus on maybe a car and have
And
a
that's
nice
it.
nice house, raise a family, and yeah, that's everything you have to do in life, and just live your hedonism.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they get stuck in that. That's a like a wheel.
Hmm.
I call
Exactly.
it the karmic wheel. They get
Yeah.
stuck into it forever. Like,
Yeah.
and the whole idea is to get out of this karmic wheel. That's a lot of people think that reincarnation is like the ultimate goal in a sense.
No.
That is not the ultimate goal. That is exactly
Automatic.
what you. That is exactly what you need to get out of, right? Because if you keep in this wheel forever, like this wheel, you're not going to grow. You're not going to do anything. You're going to come back. A wheel is something that is perpetually, like it's coming back all the time. So if you don't learn, if you don't, that's also something that I find funny sometimes. Well, let's put it this way: in the occult, you get other types of information about this, right? Because people think, oh, you only live once.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that keep them from doing the great work. So, and when I talk about the great work, I talk as well about the internal great work. So you have to work on yourself, right? And then do your best to educate the rest of the people around you, including your kids, starting with your kids. You have to do it with, if that's necessary, with the neighbors, with everybody who need a lesson about
Every,
morality. Because, quite
Exactly.
frankly, people need that shit because
Yeah.
they fuck
epigenetics.
up. Yes, yes. So you need to do the great work. There is like it is not. There's no choice. If you want to develop and become better, that is where we need to start. Internal understanding that this what we are in or not is not freedom, and it cannot stay like that. We cannot stay like this. It's not going to work in the long run. Now maybe you can stay at home and play PlayStation or whatever the fuck, but on the long run, it is not a sustainable model. We will have a lot of trouble.
Yeah, if you like to suffer, then go for it. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah,
So
but not
it's very
really.
good that you mentioned that because the small suffering that we get right now is actually the universe is telling you, okay, what are you going to do about it? And then you do nothing, and then the suffering becomes more. Then the question posed again, what are you going to do about it? Right? So in the long run, if this, like in Holland, there is a saying like that you can. I'm going to translate it freely in English. Is that you can fill up, you can put some frog in the pot, like right, and then you can like bit by bit throw in warm water, right, and then increase the temperature a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit. The frog will not even know that it is dying because the heat is increased bit by bit by bit by
Yeah.
bit.
And that's what's happening to humanity.
Yes, yes, that is exactly. But that tells also something about the Dutch people and their strategy, right? So they just increase it bit by bit. It doesn't have to be in one because if you do it at once, the frog is going to get out of the pen, right? But if you just increase it just enough that the frog can uh, accommodate himself, to the climate and to the temperature
For a while. Mhm.
for a while, he will not complain until you do it, until it's so hot and so incredibly unbearable, then the frog dies.
Mm.
So basically, this is the strategy they do. They just increase it bit by bit. They're trying every day a bit more to remove privacy, to remove your rights, right? Because the more rights and the more privacy they remove from you, the more control they will have on you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not for nothing that's. I don't know what you
But-
guys. What
yeah.
did you guys hear about in Germany about the digital currency, digital cryptocurrency?
In October, it's will start here, and on 2nd of August or next year, 2026,
Yeah,
it is officially launched.
Mm.
On
and
the-
nobody says anything. Like
Most
it
people,
just
most people just don't know.
yeah, and most people don't. Also, many people don't care.
Yeah.
they don't care.
Yeah.
No,
But
because
it's
they
the
think
setup,
they
yeah.
circumvent. They think they can circumvent the system. I'm an IT guy. I'm IT, right? I'm going to tell you something. The technology that these people like, if you look at if you look at ChatGPT, right? That is the intelligence they had. You can say in the years 1960 or something. This is like almost 100 years old technology. They are giving us this shit now.
Yeah, it's old. Yeah,
It's very old.
it's like
So
a military operation. They give up only the old stuff.
they give exactly now you're getting. So they aren't giving us the old stuff. That's the real stuff that they have is way more intelligence and way more beyond anything
Absolutely.
that you can imagine.
The whole like face recognition stuff and so on, and
You're not going to have. They're going to decide how much rice you can eat. They're going to decide how far. They're already discussing in Holland about like city.
with the
So you
15
can
minutes.
15
Yeah.
50 minutes in your city. Yes, I don't know if you
No
have that as
car.
well in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's a three-state city. It will be mostly in Netherlands, Belgium, and parts of Cologne. That is this three-state city, and
yeah,
here in Münster, it will be one of the first like high-speed train stations. And
yeah.
on the homepage of threestatecity.nl, there are some interesting book covers with a big swastika, for example, on the upper right corner of the swastika.
Yeah,
That's my town.
yeah. But there are really talks about
Yeah.
that if you want to get out of your city. So literally, they want you to look for a job. It sounds good, of course. I mean, like if you want to look for a job, best thing to do is to do it in your own city. Yeah. So if you want to get outside of your city, you need a permit for that. They literally are talking about this, and people are like just
Slavery.
it's I don't know like if this is not slavery, then I do not know what to tell you guys. Seriously,
In
I
England,
mean,
there was during COVID, they had some like regional local lockdowns, so that let's say a small town
yeah,
has a lockdown, so the pubs could not open. And in England, um, most of the roadways of the motorways are surveilled by electronics, and every car that uh, got over the 15-mile range that was like allowed to travel got fined automatically by the
by
system,
the AI,
by the
yeah,
system, yeah.
yeah,
And they are very much like weaponizing all this, let's say,
yeah,
road space and traffic. And I find it very interesting to see how the British people are starting to fight that, like with the the people like they call themselves Blade Runners with a like an mobile saw, and they just like cut the antennas and all that stuff, for example, and just destroy it and leave it.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's nice to see that people rise up and resist. And every time
Mm.
they try to push another agenda on us, they try to decrease our privacy, our freedom. It's every time we have the opportunity to resist and to do something against it. But that's something I see is missing in our population. apathy is so big, and
Yeah.
almost everyone is connected to their telephone all the day and swiping or taking in all this garbage information,
Yeah.
and just ablenken. What's the word in English?
To entertain, just
Yeah.
to be entertained, not like focusing on important stuff.
Yeah, people are very far away from real principles, truth and morality.
They don't.
Or honesty to themselves, for
Yeah,
example.
exactly.
That's I think the main problem, especially like in what I see in like the western part of, let's say, Germany and probably Europe. And what I said or stated last show, I think we spoke about psychopathy and how like big companies are psychopathic like groups, more or less. And so most of the, let's say, Western Europeans, I would guess, are mostly in the business mind, and the business mind is the psychopathic
It's
mindset.
psychopathic mind. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a
Yeah.
big problem because I just spoke with Chris before the show about that, because when you, as a normal working person, you get home like in 6 o'clock p.m. if you're lucky, and then you like eat, drink a beer, and sit in front of the TV for an hour, and then most people say that they are again themselves, and then yeah, how much time you have? Like 2 to 4 hours for like
For
researching and
yourself.
being yourself with your
Yeah.
family and so on,
Yeah.
and then next day back into the hamster wheel.
Yeah.
Happy slave for Mammon.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I love the way you bring it. It's the business mind is a psychopathic mind, because if you really think about it as well, like one of the institutions that enslave us is the monetary system.
Absolutely, yeah.
So business is built around the idea of earning money. If you do not earn money in business, then your idea will not be implemented for the people. Actually, a business should be something, an organization should be something, an entity that comes together. Well, number one, you don't need to put it on paper. That's the first thing. But anyway, so let's say you do, okay, no biggie. You bring all these people together with one mindset, right? And the mindset is to bring something, to create something for the better good of the whole.
Humanity.
It means something useful that the species can use. That
Like
is
free energy.
basically, yeah. So we just put indeed our energy together to bring for something good. But imagine having to live in a society where that is almost impossible, to impossible even,
Yeah.
if there is no money, because nobody will be stimulated enough to do it. Nobody will come into your aid. Nobody will help. None of these things. So,
Right.
so it means that the thing that supposedly should uh, uh, help is actually, because I have talked to many youngsters in Holland, and then they will always have this problem that they say, well, I want to start business, but I need to finance first. No. If you want to start a change somewhere somehow,
Start.
you just start. Yeah. So but this is such an illusion. It psychologically it impedes a lot of people moving around, and then it always is something that you need to go to ask daddy, which is the bank in this case, for money, so
Or
you can
permission. Yeah.
permission, so you can go and do something that you have in your heart to make better in the world anyway. So these are the subtle things that this world has. So we cannot do this because of that. We cannot, like, I have, for instance, one of my sons, I will speak freely. One of my sons, he goes to school, and but what he gets in school, he doesn't want to learn that. He has very clear for himself what he wants to learn. So, but unfortunately, he cannot do that because there is a
Curriculum, yeah.
there is a curriculum at school. Not only that, there is the obligation that he needs to follow that curriculum until he's 18, sometimes even 21 years of age.
Yeah, then you can
That's so
choose in the
crazy.
university and so on. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So now he needs to do something first that he doesn't like before he can
Jump through this hoop. Yeah.
Yeah, before he can just so now, so that thing that is created so-called for the good is now impeding the soul of developing the way he wants to develop himself.
Yeah,
This is the way he is happy. So it's not about earning money, it's about being happy. It's not about creating slaves for the empire, right? But this is what basically what school system is.
Yeah,
Actually, very befitting. Like it is in, I don't know if I can say this, but it is in Germany that this educational system started. That
In Prussia, yeah.
it is all over the world, right? It's actually an indoctrination system. It's not even school. I wouldn't even call it school.
Yeah.
It's just bringing these people together, right? And just tell them, well, this tree is purple, and if you say something else, you're gonna get an F for your, like a 1 or a 2 or whatever, a bad grade. You know.
Yeah,
So that is not stimulating for the mind. That they just have to learn things from the heart. There is no particular purpose for that. They are training them to be actually slaves, not to be free.
Obedient workers.
Yeah, obedient workers. So this is
preparation to be a slave, and they are not learning. They're not teaching them how to learn something. They're teaching them what to learn, and just to parrot something to
go through it. Yeah, and this is where it already starts to go wrong.
Yeah.
So now you have people, they're not thinkers. They don't think critically in anything. Why would he? From school, they didn't teach you to think anyway. So
why is that?
Yes. So you're gonna be a zombie walking around all the time, like a fucking. So that's why a lot of people are fucking stupid and fucking zombies.
Yeah. Automated individuals, AI.
Exactly, like exactly that. So they are just automatic individuals. They just walk around like every time I see a zombie movie, this is true story. Every time I see a zombie movie, I see the world.
Oh, my neighbor.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like this is literally the neighbor. Like these are these people, and then they are zombies in their phone. They're walking like this, with their phone in their hands. That's it.
This is called smombies. Smartphone zombies. Yeah.
Smartphones. Yeah. So this is literally the situation that we are in, and this is what we call chaos. A lot of people do not even recognize it. This is chaos.
Yeah, that's really sad that they don't recognize it.
Just
look outside, look in the sky, look at the chemtrails. It's so blatant.
But we have no chains on our feet, so we are free.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And not only that. I mean, look at the wars that we are fighting out. Like,
they are far away. It's not
exactly
not our business.
Safety. It's for our safety.
It's for our safety. We go to
and our resources.
Yeah, exactly. So again, this business quote unquote business mind thing. I have a lot of problems with the stealing aspect of it, because it's essentially stealing. Every time you put somebody in jail, it's stealing. Every time you put somebody, what we need to put our energy towards is bringing them to morality, bringing people to morality. That is where we have to put our energy. Everything we do that forces somebody else doing something, right? It's forcing in general is immoral. So everything, it's not that difficult. It's not that I'm like trying to say, that's why I wrote this book. It's a very small tome. It's a very small book. And the idea of it is that even kids can understand this, and grown-ups do not understand this. That's the problem.
Some do, but I guess the main issue is
Okay,
lacking
so some
honesty
do,
to oneself
but
in
some
most
do.
people.
So the sum that you're talking about is like 1% of the population or something.
Yeah.
8 billion people, 1% understand this. So we're not going anywhere.
Not in a right direction. More highway
No, that's
to
what I
hell.
mean. That's what I mean. We're not going in the right direction. It's just evil all over the place. So the energy that we have to put in is not creating more of these institutions and more rules and more of these things. We have to start going the opposite.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what generates chaos. The lies. These institutions are all liars. They tell you they're going to the right, they go to the left. They tell you, they make you smarter. Banks tell you that you're gonna help you become richer with their rent, with the interest rates, those kind of
Oh
things.
yeah,
They're
sure.
only thinking about themselves. They're
They only-
psychopaths. So
They're very psychopathic. So we're coming back to what you said, Vuk, that they are very the whole idea of business is a psychopathic idea. Actually, it is also crazy to think, and this is many people. I like people. They look at me and say, "I think you're crazy. You don't understand." Like I'm like, dude, you don't understand. This is the problem. Why would I have to pay more for something that costs, let's say, 10 euros? A business person will say, well, there is no profit in it. I need to profit. But why would you get something for nothing? That is only in the world of finance is this law, this rule abides. Getting something for nothing. And this is where the whole world is based upon. They want to do nothing.
It's in a civilized world
Civilized world.
where we want to have something for something, and
Exactly.
not just do the right thing. Like
They don't want to do nothing.
yeah,
They don't want to do nothing.
and then don't want to share especially. Yeah.
They don't want to do nothing. Like you see it in the world of the women even. Like they like, well, I'm a woman, you're supposed to take care of you. How do you mean I'm supposed to take care of you? What is that now for? This is crazy. Like we are so off in any aspect of life. It's because the foundation is not there.
Cut off from nature. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just we are just cut off from nature, cut off from the whole foundation of how the world really works. So there is not like the real money of this, let's call it the spiritual money, is your attention. So if you want to be good at anything, doesn't matter what you want to be a musician, you want to be, doesn't matter what you want to be, you have to put what? Time into it, right?
Yeah.
It
Time and
costs.
attention.
That's why you say pay attention. You have to pay. It's cost. So for the universe, the law of cause and effect, what they call it, cause and effect, of the law of karma or whatever name you want to give it, it says that what you give, that's what you're gonna get. So why on earth in this financial arena, in this financial, how do you call it, industry?
Circus.
Huh?
Circus.
Circus, yes. We have something for nothing. Why would we have that? Why would we? This is an illusion. And that is, a lot of people buy into that illusion because what? It doesn't cost you, it doesn't ask you any type of energy. You don't have to put anything in, but you're going to get. So that makes you what? A parasite. Greed. You see? So unfortunately, we have to navigate into this world. We have to. This is the unfortunate aspect of it. But if we stop thinking about this, at least stop thinking like this, work hard, put all the effort into something, right? And you will see the fruits of it. Because the universe will give you the fruits of it, not the institutions, you mean. I'm not seeking, I personally don't seek any type of gratification from these institutions. I don't even want them in my life. I don't even want them to bother me. If I get any type of letter from any type of institutions, I will just put it aside. Don't care about what the fuck they have to say. Right?
I have to smile because Chris and I spoke about like how this, let's say, good karma like shows itself, because it's some people think like when you like live well and like a monk and be
Yeah.
a good person and so on, like the Santa Claus stand before your door and then ask you,
Yeah.
oh, you have 3 wishes, what you want? Oh, Ferrari, yeah, plop, falls out of the sky and say, yeah, no, the Swedish bikini team, and plop, you got it, and so on. It's not like that. It's more like that certain difficulties or hardship, for example, spares you, like flows around you,
Yeah.
and you like don't get as much involved as like the rest of your vicinity or something, or your surroundings, and so,
Yeah.
and that can be very relieving and very relaxing to see when you're like the eye of the storm. You're calm, like in your balance, in your center, and all the people around you are like chicken. Oh, did you hear what he said? Oh, he said this, and oh,
Yeah.
it's, yeah, sometimes
But
funny.
And another point is that when you need help, help will come to
Yeah,
you, and the universe
yeah,
is providing
yeah,
this help.
sure. That's for
Especially
sure.
especially when you do the right thing.
and you have to ask for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But most of the time, even if you're doing the right thing, you will be compensated. But we have we have literally programmed our kids, most of people, that more or less doing the right thing is not going to bring you justice. Let's put it this way. Like, and then we program our kids to yeah, I don't know, to accept these things as though they are true, and then they are
as if they're
lies.
unchangeable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and so for me, it is this is the chaos. This is chaos in disguise, right?
Yeah.
It's not the chaos. It's the same as slavery. Like today, you don't
Yeah.
see people walking around in chains, right? But I mean, if you
Mental
understand the,
yeah.
Not
but if,
here. Yeah.
yeah, but if you understand the concept of slavery, it is about the concept of slavery. It is an idea. It's not even something completely. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So this is the this is the new form of it. It doesn't have to be
Like Epstein.
like before. Yeah,
Mm.
And
yeah,
this chain also wraps around your mind and about your thinking, and from that to your action. And
Around your neck. Yeah.
yes, yes, and it will create only suffering. It's already creating suffering for a lot of people.
Absolutely.
yeah, and
Yeah,
please don't get me wrong. The smartphones are just a tool, but most of the people, they don't use this tool in the right way. They're getting used by their smartphone, and not the other way around.
They get profiled by the AI from Facebook and all the other stuff,
yeah, 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 yeah.
and most people aren't aware of like how much possibilities there are for third person companies to like give you some cookies, for example, that turn your smartphone into a listening device or a surveillance
Yeah,
device, and
yeah,
not to talk about the Gestapo and so on, that uses all that stuff like Palantir and so on. And yeah, it's not getting better,
yeah.
especially not
And
with the
then and then not only that. How about the privacy laws?
what
They
privacy.
think literally, like people really think that a piece of paper will make any difference. This is just a game to its highest order, actually. It's just a game. A paper will not do anything for you. The same as the government will not do anything for you. Why would they? What, they didn't even know you. Why would they? So why would they? That is the thing that I don't understand about people sometimes here. When I came to Holland for the first time, it was almost 30 years ago. Uh, well, for those who don't know me, well, my forefathers, they were from Germany. Even I was talking about it last time, right? And then they moved to Holland, and then from there they went to one of the colonies of the Netherlands, which is Curaçao. So I was growing there, and then my father says, "Well, you're not doing any shit, so go to Holland." So I went to Holland, right? And then there I graduated and do all these things that I was supposed to be doing, right? But the first time I came to Holland, I was baffled, like in awe, how different the thinking was.
Yep.
Like literally everybody is, well, to begin with, everybody is programmed to talk about politics.
Everything upside down.
Everything, talk about politics, talk about how
Money.
money.
Oh yeah.
So kids are not even fucking kids anymore. Like youngsters, they're not even really thinking. Like, yes, they go to parties and so and such, but like where I come from, they always only talk about, like, actually literally only talk about women. That's it. Here I came, I needed to start changing my perspective, because you have to, they're talking about politics, they're talking about this politics figure and Zalem, and now you have, obviously years later, is Rutte and those kind of people. And I'm like, okay, I don't know these guys, so I need to get to know who they are. Otherwise, there is no conversation. I cannot talk, you know. But it showed me as well the limitation of their thinking, because everything, like literally everything, is based on either they need money or they need a government to fix it.
The right person in government.
Yeah. And then religion, they're not even fucking talking about that shit. Like religion, fuck that. This is the Western world. If you go to the south, like literally go down, right, more to the south part of the world, you're gonna get. They always talk about like religion. Religion is the main thing. We believe that God will fix this shit. Government is not trust at all. Like that shit. Don't not even talk about government. They will laugh at your fucking face. And then money is also, so for them there, money and religion, they go actually hand in hand. That's where the Catholics has more power as well. So like they literally go with money to the church for their sin. That shit still happens. And then you have in West Europe, in Europe, and actually also in America, the Americans are very religious still. Well, but there are three things in America you should not talk about, which is religion,
Trump,
money, and politics. Those things, we don't talk about these things. It's personal. These are personal views, personal. So this is the way they are indoctrinated, not talking. And these are the three things that I always talk about, and especially when it comes to the great work, because this is about the great work. The great work is about these three institutions. I call it the three satanic unity, right? These are the three satanic. These are the satanic devices. Yes, they are the tools. We cannot live a free life as long as these things are there. So now I'm talking, and I'm watching an interview on TV in Holland, and one of these guys, and then this is an alternative
TV.
TV. It's called Black Box. So we have NOS, which is the official, like the official news.
State TV.
Yeah, state TV, exactly. So this is where we get our indoctrination. The most of Holland gets its indoctrination from. And then you have alternative media, which is like this one is black TV. Oh, sorry, Black Box is called. and was one guy was invited, and he's like, yeah, but I'm not really an anarchist because I don't believe in anarchism. I want there has to be a limited form of control. So basically, what he's saying is like we need a little bit of slavery.
Yeah,
This is basically
exactly.
what he's saying.
little bit of war, a little bit pregnant.
A little bit pregnant.
Yeah.
It's either you are free or you're not.
Mm.
This is the problem. This is the dynamic that people don't want to talk about. So if you are not free, then in per definition you are a slave.
Yeah.
But they don't want to use that term slave because that term is derogative. It hurts.
A serve better, or like I think it's laughable that we have to speak about terms. And
Exactly.
you mentioned anarchy, and I found in one of the I think early lectures of Mark, he once said that he likes the term anarchony, to let the on, the sun part in the anarchy in the word,
Yeah.
because most of the people have like you said, this fixed idea of like people throwing stones and fire and
Yeah.
tear gas and so on. That's like anarchy. But when you say anarchony, most people say, oh, I don't know that. And they start to listen, and they when you explain that, and mostly that sounds cool and so on. Yeah, it's anarchy.
It's anarchy. Yeah, it's anarchy.
But
Yeah.
I think the many people have a false understanding of the state of anarchy, because most people think that it's a given when like government and money and so on disappears. But no, you have to, at least 51% of the rest of the population has to understand and live by the natural laws, so that we have anarchy and stay there in this anarchic state. Because
State. Yeah.
when most of the people, like 51 or more percent, start like obeying again, and
Then we're
king or
fucked again. Yeah.
yeah, right. And that
Yeah.
so it's a permanent like task for us to really stay vigilant and to educate the rest of our population to at least have this much of a standard for good living for all of us,
Yeah.
or the most
And
of us.
this is a requirement.
Right.
It's like freedom is not a option. It is a requirement if we want everybody. And this is the point that where love and empathy, as one love here, as just a
Great, yeah.
coincidence, guys. Yeah. This is yeah, it's a coincidence. Well, I don't know. They say that coincidence
There's no
doesn't exist.
coincidence. Yeah.
So
It's great.
yeah, it's good. So this is where love is, because if we want it, the thing is requirement for all of us, and that this is where love comes into play, because people will say, well, if it is as long as I am okay, right, and fuck the rest. Like,
Me.
yeah, it's
Minimi
a me.
Satanism.
Yes, and this is where we should understand what love is actually really about. Not only caring for your neighbors, but because if you really think about it, your neighbors is you. This is when you go deeper into spirituality, right? This is also the point that people are not spiritual anymore. They're completely detached from the world. But when you start really understanding the dynamics of the what they call the ontological sciences, or what I call on my university, so it's like the science of being, understanding what your being is, just your you, what you are. It's trying to peel all the onions to go all the way into the center of your essence, right? If you really understand who you are. So actually, we are all the same.
Consciousness, yeah.
It's the same consciousness. It's the only difference is that they put us, the consciousness is poured into a different vessel. So you cannot think like, fuck that person, or like let them bomb them, because it's not me, because it is you. This is the
Yeah.
difference between somebody who is consciousness and somebody who's still fucking asleep. You see what I'm saying? So we cannot walk around and say, well, it's not me. That is where love comes. Love is actually balance and understanding. So people think about love about sex and feeling good and shit, and it's all Hollywood version of love. It's not real love. Love is even it happens even on a conscious level, because that is the right thing to do, right? You do it, and that is love, right? It's not even a feeling. Like, can you imagine? I have to feel like giving my time and energy to people that don't even fucking care. I will feel very
reluctant.
Reluctant. Exactly. Thank you for the word. Reluctant to do that, because well, they don't care about me. They don't feel like why would I do that? Why would I do it? But because I understand the importance of getting this message across, right? It is here, not here. It's here first. Like, I have a lot of people say to me, "Yeah, you have to think with your heart. Think with your heart." I'm like, well, you think with your mind.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand what they mean, but you're not moved by the feeling. The feeling is not the one in charge. This is the one in charge. And this is the difference as well between what they say an archonic person, somebody who is completely
instinctual,
who has no empathy, right? Psychopaths tend to have that. They don't have sympathy for other people's pain, right? This is a very different thing that I'm talking about, actually. So the way you use the brain and the heart, because in Egypt, like the word for mind is heart as well, right? So the way you use it is kind of like a secondary advisor.
a counterweight to the brain.
Exactly.
Compass, or
Like a Gegengewicht.
Exactly.
Like
So
on a scale.
you need to merge logic with love. That is the difference, right? And at the end, the reasoning brain will say, okay, then let's do this, right? Because if I have to reason, that is the point. If I have to reason alone about me doing the great work outside, I would say no. But because
Most likely, yeah.
most likely the most people, put it this way, most already say no. It's a very few. Actually, I only know a few people that's really hard doing the great. I hope there are more there, honestly. But I personally know around 100.
There are a lot more. At least I would say for the German-speaking area, there are a lot more people, teachers out there that teach this stuff, but I'd say most of them in their own, let's put it that way, in their own version.
Yeah.
It's not like pure white, but it's very, very bright yellow, I would say. Like
Yellow even.
ivory white, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And, I think that these are like stepped stones for people to
Go up.
go to get to the real light, if they so choose and wish to. So I think there are a lot of teachers out there that like have their own little twist on things, but
yeah, for example, veganism or money as a religion and
I
stuff
think
like that.
those are distractions. The distractions.
Yeah.
Distractions. I think what I'm looking at most of the time in speakers to okay, let's put it this way: the whole purpose of occultism is not only knowledge. It's not only to gain knowledge about certain type of subject, because it's about natural laws. Okay, So occultism is about natural law. So what you want to do, what the human being, the human species, the promise that has been made to them, okay, based on their genetics and based on many other aspects of the human race, the capacity to holistically think, the reason, the idea that we have a soul, like the IE doesn't have a soul in the way that we have a soul. Those kind of things that you can argue that are pretty much unique to the human race on planet Earth. Okay, because I think there are humans outside planet Earth as well, like
Well, most
literally
definitely.
our own species. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but let's say for here, this is pretty unique. And the promise that had been made is that we can become godlike, having even control of the elements. Right? But you cannot, it doesn't start by being enslaved. Nothing starts by being enslaved.
The opposite.
It's the opposite. You have to be free, because in freedom, you will have the opportunity to have and to try out. That is the adept, the path of the adept. The adept is the one who tries. That's why you do magic. Magic is using other outside things to put, you're asking help, right? That's magic. So the satanic path is actually the one that perpetually asks outside world, can you please help?
Give me more.
Give me more so I can do more magic, right? So this is not good. You don't want that. You don't want to be continually asking other entities to help you do anything. That is the path of the adept. The path of the magician is the path that you will be the one that will, your own energy and your own self, your vessel, where this consciousness is part of, will be moving everything. If you look at last time you sent me the piece of the clip of Star Wars. It's one of my favorite movies. Yeah. Where Kylo Ren is shooting at
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. And then he couldn't touch Luke Skywalker, kind of a thing, right? This story comes from somewhere.
Right? It's a Sumerian story, isn't it?
Exactly. So the Star Wars story is not new story. It's being copied from these ancient texts.
Gilgamesh and Boston, yeah.
Yeah. So you have this is the promise. But you cannot do that if you're not moral. You cannot come there if you're not moral. So that is the reason why this perpetual attempt is made to keep us in an immoral state. So then we can never achieve our highest self. We cannot become godlike like this. We will stay like pigs forever. And then people will literally do not even want to try.
And
I would say, if you do not want to try, cool. There is nothing bad at having freedom. In freedom, you can choose not to try as well. You can just sit down and play PlayStation 24/7. Nobody will bother you. But there are people that really want to develop themselves, and I know a lot of them. They want to develop themselves, but they cannot because of those three things that we start with. Government, monetary system, and religion.
Most people would say that they are improving themselves by going to work and serving the system, so they get more resources and more funds to better themselves, like put in.
But I would love to sit down with them and elaborate and think a little bit about how. How is like, okay, so I'm going to the gym and I'm betting myself. How are you betting yourself? Are you studying more? Do you have more time to study more? I would love to have.
Hey guys, sorry, Vuk, kannst du das bitte weiterführen? Wir haben gerade Probleme draußen aus dem Haus und die brauchen Hilfe.
Alles klar.
Alles klar. Thank you. Bye bye. Sorry for interrupting.
No worries.
He'll be back soon. So I think the main problem with this is, or what I have come to find out, is that most people, as you said before, do not really understand love,
Yeah.
the feeling of love, and they like they have the associated with sex, for example, or like mating, and so on.
That's
And
it.
it's not something that has to do with truth and like blossoming, like being your best self, having like radiance, and being the sun yourself.
Yeah.
And then
So
they don't get the idea, and they are so fixated on this small detail of eros, and not
yeah,
philos, not agape, and
none of these things. Yeah. So
no,
and then the philos and agape, these are the grades of love actually.
yeah, right,
I understand that
or
eros is,
chakras, yeah.
yeah, but eros, by the way, eros is literally, it will have its, the love is balance,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So if you have, and what I call about balance is the integration of all these, like you can say, these forces in you, and it has to happen because especially when you want to procreate, like all the energy sources, all your good stuff needs to come to one point, so it can be released into the woman's, for the woman to bear your seed,
Hmm.
right? Quite literally, in the physical world, the purpose of such a coming together
Yeah.
into one, actually, right? So eros, but at the seat of that, so if that seat doesn't go down, right, it will go up.
Hmm.
So because it will look for a way out anyway.
Most
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
yeah. So we need to understand that even love is rooted in this idea of the, what they call the snake. That's why your penis is always portrayed sometimes as the snake. Yeah, like some men will jokingly say, "Well, mine is a snake" or whatever,
Mm.
Yeah. So, but the idea of the snake about knowledge, right? About having knowledge uh, from above, right? That is only possible if you know how to deal with this source of energy.
The dark energy in yourself.
Yes.
Hmm.
So you need to understand how your inner workings, your world inside works. You need to understand how the world outside works. And then by the act of harmonization, right, that will give you, you would say, control. I would even say it's not even control. It's more like a cooperation. That's why we become co-creator. But because people do not even know this,
Mm.
they don't even desire it. That's number one. And the second part is they don't even desire immortality because that is also the source of immortality. What I mean with immortality is living long. Not that you're never going to die, but you're going to die in 1,000 years or something like that. Because it's possible. You see? So this is the steps that you need to take. That's why it is important to be free. Because only in freedom we can start achieving these things.
Right.
And only in anarchy we can start achieving it. Not in liberal, like a little bit
Of war.
slave.
Mm.
You see?
Are you aware of I read it, and I think one of the former UN secretaries spoke about it in an interview, that when the Americans went to the Bikini Atoll, the Marshall Islands, to to use it as a test site, they found some old tribes there that were at average 240 years old,
Yeah.
and have lived like forever in peace, in harmony with nature. No doctors, no lawyers,
Nothing.
no chieftains, no nothing. And now they have a life expectancy of about 60. And this is something that drives me mad when I
Yeah.
realized it, that like our blueprint of body is
gives more.
capable of, let's say, 240 years,
Yeah,
and then that would be a time frame when, let's say, most people would live that long, that
yeah,
you really could, let's say, have 50 years of school, like in not compulsory school, but you give the students like good material to let them grow for the, let's say, first 50 years, and then you can say, okay, this is really interesting, and this is my forte, and this is
yeah.
I don't do well, so I do this, study this, and do the other thing that I like, and yeah, that would be a much better and fulfilling life. And when we see where we are now with all that, as
You
you
know,
said, poisoning and all that shit.
and this is a very good point that you're making, because I'm going to tell you a story as well beside this. But this is like the circle is complete then, because the lifespan is too short.
Yeah.
You don't have the motivation to do anything in life. So in your mind is like, "Oh, I'm not going to take so much time to do anything because I'm going to die in about 20 years. So why pursuing all this knowledge and doing all these things?" So the motivation is there, and then obviously you die. But I would say, if you know that you can, if you have, the question that all of us should ask is that, if they give you 50 years more
Hmm.
of life. So let's say you should die at 80 or 100, if you're lucky.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then you get 50 more years as a gift. Isn't that worth it? How much would it be for you, for it to be worthy to go and increase in knowledge?
So my
And
soul.
yeah, yeah, no, actually, yes, because not sell your soul, but I mean, how long of life is worth it to say, okay, I'm going to step up my game right now. I'm going to make sure that I understand what freedom is. I understand what morality is, and I'm willing to do it, so I can get there. I can get to that 1,000 years, or I can get to, because with very little. I'm going to tell you right now. You already. That's why I find it so nice that you mentioned this. 250 years, more or less, right?
Mhm.
With very little right now in the Western community, people are able to do that.
Yeah.
Like literally with very little. It will require something from you, but in proportion to what you can achieve in general, 250 years is nothing.
I heard of some pills that I think Mike McLendish spoke once about, that some like astronauts
Increases.
get that do this secret space missions. You take 4 pills in 2 years, like every half a year you get one pill, and it takes these like 2 or 3 years, and your body will regenerate to for males to the point of your age of 33. Then
Yeah.
you stay 33 like for 800, 900 years, and then you get older. And for women it's I think 26 or 28.
Yeah.
And
So,
I think the pharma is ready to do that, but the problem is, usually there's a catch, there's a hook.
yeah.
Like I think that
But you don't need to do it with pills. To just to interrupt you a little bit. You don't
yeah,
need to do
right.
it with pills. But
Now,
continue.
but
Yeah.
yeah, what is, like, say, now possible? But the I think that I'm a big fan of. I'm a I call myself a purist. I
Yeah.
would very much like to be just by myself, without any nanotech in me, without any chips in me,
I love that too, man.
just being just like
In
using
nature.
telepathy, and to like communicate with all that nature around me,
Yeah.
and I would far more like to live that way than to let's say have a brain implant or some nanites in me that take care of my wounds that I have, like in combat or something like that, or to reach 1,000 years, and then
There is no need.
everything is in
All,
AI.
all these things that they promise you, you have already. This is
Yeah.
this is
The
by the
natural
way,
path, I think.
yeah. This is the famous story in the Bible, even that Satan comes and say to the Christ, "I'm going to give you the world,"
Hmm.
and then Christ is like, "Well, I'm not going to take it because I have all these things already. So why would I take these things? Like I have the world, so why would I take something that I already have?" But this is pure satanic strategy. Give
Yeah.
you what you already have,
Hmm.
right? So you don't need these pills either. Actually, these
Right.
pills, they are secondary to what you want to achieve. I don't even take these pills almost never, except for multivitamins, those kind of things, you
Hmm.
know.
Supplements, yeah.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
but in general, I don't even because actually even that is like, okay, so how much do I need it, how and who said it, those kind of things. I always like, and I am going against towards 50 now.
Yeah, I'm
So
50.
yeah, so I'm like, and I'm feeling better than ever. It's like, because there are some certain techniques that you can do that you have to be very consistent with when you grow up. I shared those ideas as well in my university. So for the people who want to know all these things, I would say just go and send me an email, and then we can start the classes. But there is not much to do in terms of your health, but it will require a little bit of sacrifice. That I will say that, because you have to be consistent. But that is with everything in life. Like if you want to learn anything, you have to be consistent.
Yeah, you have to invest at least some time and effort into
Exactly.
something to really get results you want, for sure. It's in everything. Like you want to learn guitar or
You
piano
have
or
to spend time.
want to
Yeah.
have muscles or whatever. Yeah, you have to invest the time to
Yeah.
um,
And most of us don't want that, you know.
right. And
And
that's
this is
that's
where
a big problem.
we go back to the beginning of our conversation,
Yeah.
having something for nothing, you know. This is exactly what I mean. But so we want to be very healthy. Like, well, there are people who genuinely say, well, I don't want to live 100
Forever.
years. No, because they are so disappointed of life. But let's say that their life is very good.
Hmm.
Like you have a very happy life. The reason why they say they don't want to live a long life is because they are slaves. Most slaves don't like their slave state. They want to get
Hmm.
out as soon as possible.
Right.
But you come back. Who said that you can go and never come back? This is what they lied to you. But then you come back and you're on the same shit again. Because at the end, until you just wake up and realize that you need to do something, the only thing you're doing is you're pushing your execution further and further away.
I have a question for you. Um, for me, reincarnation is a given, and I wanted to know if you can imagine that there are like promotions and degradations, like for as a let's say punishment, for example, when you lived a bad life, that you get demoted and start as a plankton again, for example, and you have to like climb up the ladder again, and that is that was a very interesting idea I had one day. That is really terrifying if you really think it through. How many like how much pain and lessons you have to go through again. For example, when you start again as a
All
say
over again. Yeah.
fruit fly or something, and have to really like yeah.
That's an interesting question. Actually, the way you should think of it is because this is actually a very Christian, by the way, it's a very Christian way to look at it.
Hmm.
Like,
Hey guys, sorry for interrupting. Someone in the neighborhood, relative of ours, has had a psychotic outbreak and is now there doing problems. We will go to search him and help him. Wo könntest du die Show schmeißen und dann den Stream beenden? Du hast ja die Login-Daten.
Ja, aber ja gut, das mit dem Endvideo wird halt schwierig, denke ich schon.
Okay.
Aber gut, ja klar, also das
Ja.
krieg ich hin.
Okay, guys, wish you a great show. See you
Also,
next time. Sorry
See you.
for this
No
trouble
worries.
here.
No worries. No
viel
worries.
Glück.
Bye bye. Danke.
Bye
Hau
now.
rein.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's a very interesting. It's a very interesting way of thinking about it. Well, actually, I have an answer for that, but let's discuss a little bit about this idea of getting punished and
Promoted.
promoted. Yeah. This is a very religious way of looking at it. It's also a very Catholic version, like Christian Catholic version of looking at it. And obviously, the Protestant took it over because it's a power move, right? So if I can tell you and convince you that if you do what I say, which God told me to tell you to do this, right? This is already the problem. God told me to tell you, which is weird. God can tell you, can speak for himself. Yeah, exactly. So if you do this, that's what pastors always say. If you do this, what I tell you, because this is what God wants, then you're a good Christian, you're a good person, you go to heaven, and otherwise you go to hell, right? So that is the first misconception that I want to address, because this is the reason why the religious people do what they do. So if you look at like even the Islamic persons and the Christians and all these religious people, that's the reason why they do what they do. And that idea kind of like branched into all aspects of life, actually, you know. But I would encourage you, let's look at it a different way. Okay. Let's say that there is no God that punishes you.
Mhm.
There is none. None of these things are really even true. But let's say there is no God that punishes you. But the only thing that there is you, yourself,
Consciousness.
your consciousness, right? So the idea is this: if you die, right, depending on your own consciousness and on your own vibration, if you are a good person, bad person, or you always a sad person, or you're always a happy person, or you're always a grumpy person, or you're always a complain person, right? So you just see yourself in the mirror. That's what we call hell.
Right.
So you experience you all the time.
In hell.
And that's what we call hell. But I'm going to bring it even more closer to home. We are now living on the earth. Our way of thinking has brought us to the place and the world we have right now,
Right.
which is hell. Because you are slave, you cannot move from A to B freely. You have to ask permission for moving. You have to, all these things are aspects of hell. That is chaos.
Right. Absolutely.
You see that? You see what I'm saying? So when you die, it's not going to be anything different. The only difference is going to be is that because you have all these emotions, things that are going on that you didn't deal with when you were alive, those things brings you back into flesh because you have unresolved issues. So when your vibration, this is what they call like kind of like your vibration is too low, actually, it's too dense. You're too much into material. You're too much into I need to earn money, so
Stuff.
I don't, yeah, stuff. I need my house, otherwise I cannot live. I need this, otherwise that, right? It's too much dense. So then you come back. So the way to escape it, actually, this is something that I already discussed, I think, in a few podcasts even, that the way to escape karma is to let go. Actually, you need to die. You need to die. I'm going to show you, and this is the terrifying aspect. This is how tarot starts. Tarot starts with a fool dying. It was first the soul, so the fool became the soul. So it's a kind of like a alchemical language going on there, right? It was first the card of the soul, Then now after that, become part of the fool. But the fool is walking towards a very scary aspect of him
The
falling
cliff.
from from the cliff, right? Because the soul needs to die first. If you want to go up, becoming godlike in any aspect, right? You have to pass what they call the abyss, is the place of death,
Hmm.
right? And everybody is very terrifying of death, right?
Most, yeah.
They make death a very bad thing, but actually death is one of they call it one of the steps of initiation. Even when you die, right? If you are ready to die, right, then you are able to go up. The Egyptian will say you will become one of the sons of the stars. You'll become. This is where the word masons come from, by the way. Ma'at sons, the sons of Ma'at, because if you look at the sky is Ma'at,
Hmm.
and you become one son of Ma'at. Ma'at, this is where masons come from, the word masons. So you have to pass this terrible, if we're talking Kabbalistically,
Hmm.
you have to pass the abyss, the
Hmm.
place of death,
Hmm.
right? So a lot of people are scared of that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. But you are you when you die. So how do you look like when you're dead? Well, only the vessel will go to the earth, right? And your consciousness, like literally you, the way you look like this, will keep on going.
Hmm. Next
And
lesson.
then and then you look and you're looking for similar vessel, like something that is similar to your to your look, to come back. You're coming back. If you want to come, so the question is, do you want to come back because you need to come back, or do you want to choose to come back? That's two different aspects. Because when you choose, you are still in control. When you come back because you need to come back, is because you have unresolved issues.
I see that a bit different through gematria. Like I will be coming back
Yeah,
at least once, and interestingly enough, this was
I think
stated to me before I got into all the occult.
occultism.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
yeah. I do believe, but I don't think a soul is finished only one time. I
in
think
this,
a soul,
and I
I
think
think
that
a soul goes through incarnation many times. I think
yeah,
even
yeah,
millions
yeah,
of
yeah,
times,
yeah, yeah,
millions of
right.
times.
I think
So
the story of the Law of One, what they told us with the Great Arcana, when you lay out the 1 through 7 and then
yeah,
the
yeah,
8 to 15,
yeah,
these are the archetypes, and this is the
yeah,
description of our soul journey, more or less. And I
yeah.
started as a 14 this time, so I have to walk the spiritual path with starting with the devil
Everything.
and
You have
so
to
on.
you have to go through
So
everything. Yeah, and a
no, no, no,
life.
no, no, no. I started at 14 and go the rest of the way, not the magician and so on. That's already done. But um, I will have to like complete my journey to the 21 at least in
One
the next
time.
incarnation. In the next
Yeah.
incarnation to like close up the wheel more or
Close
less,
up to
and
the
then
yeah. Well, I think everybody has to go. Personally, from my understanding, we need to go through all of them. You
right.
can
But as it
choose.
was
You
previous
choose.
lives.
Yeah. And I think one life is not enough to go to all of them either. Actually, I think it's going to be a very demanding life and a very exhausted life if you have to do all
I think
in
all
one.
of I don't know
You
anybody
can do
who
a few of them, but all of them is a lot.
when
Can
I
be a lot.
when I look at my life and look at the last row of cards, it fits pretty well to what has been the let's say big phases of my life up
Yeah,
until now.
yeah,
But I think we are now in the moon phase, so in the darkness phase, more or less. And yeah, let's see when I the next phase will be hopefully better with the sun phase, but I guess there will be some turmoil from between now and then. But yeah, it's very interesting to like recapitulate what has been stated to me, like when I was young, what
Yeah.
I will do and what my mission is and all
Yeah.
that stuff. And as like
But
teenager and so on, I just laughed them out of the room sometimes. And now all this
makes
like
sense.
puzzle pieces make sense more and more,
Yeah.
makes sense, and
But I don't think
astonishing.
honestly I don't think I think okay, so the soul goes through different cycles,
Mhm.
right? Is it necessarily does it need to be? I think you choose to develop a certain aspect of yourself on Earth. There are certain aspects that you don't have to develop on Earth. You can develop elsewhere. But I think personally, if I can remind, if I can be, because I remember some of my journey very vivid. A lot of people even sometimes don't even believe that, but I do remember a lot
Mm.
before I was even born. It's just crazy to say, but yeah, I cannot say anything but that. Otherwise, I will be granted and branded crazy immediately. But the idea is that there is more than meets the eye, right?
But doesn't the whole incarnation process start even before, like
Yeah,
conception and so on? Because
yeah,
when we as a soul choose a family, for example, and I'm not sure if it's true, and I still want to see the video where I signed the contract to do this here.
yeah,
But um, let's say it is true, and
yeah.
uh, I wanted this this person with this name. I think that the name that is printed on your birth certificate, for example, has an imprint on you and shows a way of programming and how phases of your life will be in
Developed. Yeah,
in geometrical sense. But you have to add the astronomical stuff, for example, as well. And
going on. Yeah,
when you both overlap, then you have a pretty good like way shower how
your life is.
which
Yeah,
phases will be difficult and challenging in
yeah.
this aspect or in that aspect. But it is very interesting to see, but you have to really really know yourself and astrology and all that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But what you're saying is very interesting because indeed not all is proven. So we have to be very careful about our assumptions. However, we can infer
Mm.
based on the laws of nature. We can infer. Um, you can say, for instance, I'm giving you an example. There is gravity on Earth, so because of that, you can assume, right, there is gravity also on other planets, right?
Yeah.
So that means that gravity will play a role in not only on the planet but also on other planets in our galaxy. Now,
Right.
granted, um, so if we think about the law of karma, right? That's why they say when you incarnate, it's because of karma.
Hmm.
So because it's what you have given in the world, that's what you're gonna get back,
Mm.
and then your payment is what you have done, your actions in the world. So these are one of these laws that they use to infer what the universe is going to be, and this is the reason why the universe give these laws as well, so you can be well assured, relaxed, and navigate the matrix or the constructs called that you have around you,
The
right?
illusion. Hmm.
Yeah, the illusion. So you can just be at ease,
Yeah.
right? So you don't be completely paranoid because you don't know what's going to happen. Because actually, if you know these laws, you pretty much know what's ahead of you. So, and I know based on the fact that divinity is free, right? And when you are not incarnated, you are in a more purest form of divinity. So that means that being free outside of the body, you choose certain things that you want to do in a sense, and the family you go into. So that's how we infer a little bit. The family that you go into and the things that you're going to be doing has to do with the choice of the choice that you made of your experience. the things that you want to experience, the new things that you want to see,
Or your mission. Yeah.
your mission, and things that you want to experience in life. That determines which family you go into, which name you're going to be given, all these things.
Yeah.
So it's but you infer them. It's not. I mean, like, it's not set in stone, because when you're here, being free, you can choose something else. I mean, like, you can choose to change your course, for instance, because you can take literally a million years. That's why I say to people, they're not yeah. I was like the aspect. This is how I started the conversation as well. The aspect that I'm seeking with every teacher is the freedom aspect. Everything else we can talk about, because it can take somebody like a million years to develop themselves. But the freedom is not possible without morality. That means that you, at least the bare minimum that everybody needs to understand is natural laws. That's the bare minimum. And they need to understand freedom very, very, very much. They need to understand these two things as a basics for their even fucking existing. And then everything from there is just bonus. Because now you're free. Now you can decide, oh, I want to go to the light, to the right, or to the left, or I just want to stay here playing PlayStation until I die with the age of 1,000 years or something. Like, for me, the freedom aspect is the most important part, and natural law aspect is more important part. Everything else is just bonus.
I would maybe add the true definition of love, of real light.
Yeah. Well, actually, even not loving, in a sense.
I mean, the creational, the universal love, the
agape.
Yeah, and the like, when you understand something and you get it. Now I got it. This is and the like, harmonizing with truth, accepting truth, the reality, what it really is, and I think that's a big part.
But
Why
that
so
is
many
a
people are
problem
so unhonest to themselves and lying to themselves about and
yeah, it's a problem now.
definitely, yeah.
It's a problem now, because even if they have this aha moment, they don't accept it. They put it aside.
Oftentimes, yeah.
Yeah, this is interesting, man. So actually, chaos is this is chaos in its more covert, I think, right? It's hidden form, right? This is
I think it's pretty open.
well,
in our world, for example, in
but they
our
don't.
Western world.
Yeah, but they don't recognize it as chaos. It's
No, we are so used to it. We are so numbed down to all that.
numb. Yeah, through medicine, through food, through all these things.
Or the hormones in the water and so on. Yeah.
Exactly. So I was sometimes in shock, right? Seeing that people, like, literally do not get it. This is so. It is the easiest thing to get and the easiest thing to say no to the system, but they don't. They keep believing and keep thinking that it's going to make a difference. You know, nothing. This what we have right now here is not going to make a difference. Like, nothing that
No.
in the Western world that we use to, governments, religion, and those kind of things.
Maybe in 100 years or 200 or so, but not now. I don't think that we really
But
can
not
change the course.
ever. I mean, not ever. I mean, the you mean to make a difference as people?
To, like, in, let's say, our lifetimes, or in Mark's lifetime, let's say to 2030, let's put it simply that way, that we get freedom, worldwide freedom, till 2030. I don't think we can get that.
No,
And I
it
think
is
that
something.
we
It's something that
will.
will take some time, but it
Yeah.
will. It starts with a seed, of course. I mean, like, a tree doesn't grow overday.
I think that's one possibility. If we really get or we have the patience of Mother Earth and our brothers and sisters in the universe, but I think they have more the reset plans.
I have bad news of
Yeah, I think
they
so.
they already have so much patience with us.
Yeah, and I
Like,
think
this
their patience is probably
is
stretched
ending.
thin. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I personally have to say, when like, my spiritual guides showed me what could happen, like when we continue our course. I was so shocked, and I stated, no, I have to do something. I have to at least try to do something.
Yeah, yeah.
And all
Because
the
there's so much to gain. Actually, it's so beautiful.
yeah, for sure, and
Yeah,
so many like
yeah.
people
So
to like save or to help, and the last years was a real lesson in understanding that this system is so corrupt, so rotten, that we it will be far easier to like wipe the desk clean and start new
yeah,
than to rearrange and re-educate or heal, however, whatever word you want to use, all the population.
yeah.
Because
I,
when you think of it, we have
I
a
think we are driving. We are going that direction again. Just wipe
yeah,
out and restart.
I think
But
so too as
you know,
well. Yeah,
but you know what the problem is with restarting is that you
it's very
the
hard.
yeah, not only that, but the risk is that we're going to be ending up the same place again
Right,
if we don't consistent. Again, it's about freedom.
right.
Like we like there can be a revolution now, all this bullshit,
Hmm.
right? But if we do not change our mind fundamentally
Hmm.
and start respecting every human being on earth and even every animal on earth
Hmm.
as being a being that is worth respecting,
Hmm.
then we're not going to get there. Even annihilation will be worthless because, yeah, we will not nuke the world because
No, it won't be.
effectively they will be removing the nukes from us if they
They have already, I think, at least the big ones, because you don't let kids play with
again.
grenades. I think they have already
No,
removed all the nukes, and because you don't let kids play with hand grenades.
no, no, exactly. So they will be
Yeah.
removing that and then and see because we are not a society, we're not
Interstellar.
no.
No, no worry.
We're just kids with play
Bombs.
guns. Pew 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 pew. That's what the fuck we are. I mean, for them at least. So I mean, like it's just we need to just our thinking fundamentally needs to change,
Oh yeah, most
and
definitely.
then we will get where we want to go with our species. Which
Right.
and the foundation of all of that is freedom.
Right.
So if we cannot even agree on freedom, on true freedom, because we do agree on a little bit of slavery.
Hmm.
That we do very good, right? Just a little bit liberal, but we still need daddy there and
Hmm.
mama and daddy as governments to watch over us and make sure everything is going good.
It's only
Which,
50%, so
yeah,
it can't be slavery. Yeah. Hmm.
exactly. So well, this is it. I mean, like they're not going to be uh, we are not going to be growing much than we might think because we have IE and all these technologies. These things are sometimes I talk to people, they really very proud that we have gone so far. Number one, the human race has been this far already. That's number one.
Hmm.
Number two, this technology is not from us. This has been given to us. So
Thank you.
this technology is way older than even our fucking race,
Yeah.
right? So these things are not this and secondly, it's something outside which actually our own biological technology, which is called our body, is capable of doing many of these things without having to have all this frequency distortion that we have all the time with phones and all these technological things. Not that they are bad. I love technology. I'm a techno guy myself.
Yeah. But
But in this technology, were there already. I mean, like,
we can do it better, definitely.
yeah. So the technology can be way better.
Yeah.
This is child's play. What
Yeah.
we have here is child's play.
It's malicious and dangerous toys, yeah,
Yeah,
that harm us. Yeah,
and this
yeah,
is also children's toys. So it's
yeah.
like if we think this is it, then we do not know, we do not understand we do not understand literally. This is not it. This is like a piece in the iceberg, and and it is given to see what we are going to be doing with it as well. Because we are not civilized. We are immoral species. So why would Elon is trying to get to Mars and all these things. Why would um, a more advanced species, which is free, this is just something that I was thinking about a few days ago. Why would an advanced species which is free allow a less advanced species go free without being moral to visit them on their home planet? Why would they allow that? Why would they allow immoral beings to take a ship, go all the way to their planet with their immorality
And nukes.
and nukes, right? And go to their planet to take their freedom away, to be threatened by them, say, well, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to nuke you and I'm going to bombard your planet and those kind of things. Why would a species, an intelligent species,
We come in peace. Trust
yeah,
us.
yeah, we come in peace and then bombard and we are going to establish peace on your planet and then just go to war with them. Yeah. This is the way of our species, right?
We spread
So,
democracy. Yeah.
yeah, and then democratize because that's the way we should do it.
Yeah, sure.
Democracy, yeah. So why would a species like a more advanced species allow us to do that? They
No
will
way.
do anything in their power to keep you there
Yeah.
until you understand.
Yeah, sure.
This is literally what I was thinking a few days ago. I
Yeah.
mean, like if I am a higher species
Mm.
and this is a pig of a fucking species, right? That doesn't even understand freedom, doesn't understand true freedom, true morality, none of these things. Why would I give them even a technology that can destroy me? It doesn't make sense to me. So it's not happening anytime soon, right? So they can keep asking it, and what we get as well is because the opposition, so like these beings, they want something to kind of like keep us in control,
Yeah.
keep us under surveillance. So they're gonna give us all these gadgets so they can keep us under surveillance. Yeah, because we are not moral. When we are moral, there is no need to keep us under surveillance.
No.
They cannot
Right.
even keep us under surveillance if you're moral, because your true self will start coming out.
And when we are all telepathic, there won't
There
be
is no need.
no
No,
secrets, and
no, exactly.
because everybody knows everything about you, because you can't hide anything.
You
And
cannot hide. You cannot do none of this evil shit. And
right,
this is the true state of being, which is not
Yeah.
bad.
right,
A lot of people will have problems with it because they have so much thing. So the moment you have too much secrets, that means that you need to do shadow work.
Mm. But yeah, I think it's relearnable. It's fairly easy to train. To be honest,
Yeah.
because
Telepathy is not is one of the, you can say, powers of the adept. Yeah. So that is not the adept is the one who's still trying. You try through magic, you try through trying to sending a message through your mind to another being, to plants, to animals. These things are possible.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. So a lot of people, like 20 years ago, this would be laughable. They will laugh and close the podcast. But now, I mean, like it has even scientifically, there is some things there.
Yeah, there are some studies that I think the telepathy is proven because, interestingly enough, the molecule we now call DMT
Yeah.
was called telepathine till the 1970s because they found it in every living being in this world. And the Russians started telepathy experiments pretty early, I think in the 1950s or
Oh,
so.
DMT. Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
But no, without the drug, but just with like mediums that were very far away, for example, or on a moon mission, for example, and so on. And that was very interesting, the results. And they have done a lot of studies, like dozens of it. And I think the Eastern part of the world, from Russia and like all the Asiatic people, they're far more into this topic, and they are far more advanced and much better in many of those skills, let's say.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
And there was a famous presentation once where some of the, like 1,000 Western generals and journalists and so on were invited into China. A book was written about it, China's Psychic Kids, and there were some kids like 10, from 6 to 12 years of age, that could boy could teleport with his will some red balls from one closed like glass jar into another closed glass jar some meters away, and one like little girl that came in, and everybody got like a flower in the by while entering, and in different stages of like being a flower, and the little girl stepped in front of them, like meditated for a minute, and just did one motion, and every flower in every hand just opened up and
beautiful. Yeah,
flowered. So they have definitely more like scientific, quote unquote, experience with all that stuff than, like, say, we in the West. We especially the West started, I think, around yeah, officially 1980 with Project Jedi, but I think the
yeah.
German people with the Thule Society and all the Aldebaran connection and so on. I think it's true what is stated about this, and that's one of the biggest like parts of our problem at the moment. What they have done with all the outside influence and the knowledge that they got, but
Yeah. So this is a very interesting, indeed, that we are far behind.
Oh yeah.
We don't even understand the capacity of the human being.
Like
Not even
1%,
not even 1%. I would
Yeah.
even say, argue, not even 1%.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree. Yeah.
We are just reduced to animals. Actually, we're not even humans. Actually, we're
Yeah.
just animals.
Human resource. Yeah.
The human resource. Yeah, looking to survive into a place called Earth,
Mm.
right? Because we just refuse to accept true freedom. We embrace
Well,
slavery.
Mm.
We embrace slavery too much. We love it even. Like it's like kind of like as of our
Matrix.
life depends on it. You
Mm.
know?
Like said in the Matrix,
Yeah,
they will fight to defend it. Yeah.
we fight to defend it exactly.
Mm.
So instead of and then only a few can really understand, which is sad.
Yeah.
And
Very.
then yeah, this is where we live in, man. Yeah. So it's nice conversation.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are going. I see, like 2
hours.
hours. Yeah. Chris is had to head out because a neighbor got in trouble, and so he asked me to close off this podcast. But I have the login dates for the stream thing and so on. But yeah, I have to leave this place to do so.
Okay.
So yeah, if do you have to like something on your mind that you
No, I was just I want to thank everybody that for the time and dedication and for the attention. We will continue hopefully with more exciting things together. We will work on something, and Chris, and hopefully as well Marcus, and then let's get something interesting going on. I would love to be able to speak my four parents tongue, which is German, but
it will
unfortunately
be
Dutch.
great.
Yeah, it would be great. Yeah. But I will try to provide some German, information for the German-speaking people, and because I think that would be a nice gesture as well towards them. But especially, I was thinking for those who don't know, send email to info@thegreatworkexperience.com in English,
When new
info.
course.
Yeah, so then you can register for the masterclass. I'm going to do a masterclass on tarot. It's going to be combined with Kabbalah. It's going to be combined with somatic psychology and the tarot actually itself, of course, and NLP, which is then neuro-linguistic programming. So all of them brought into one intensive course, and it will go on for at least 3 months, and then another 3 months we will add to that as well. So you're gonna get the first part 3 months, and then the second part 3 months again, which is a more advanced version, of it. So the idea is to help you do your shadow work and create a well, there will be theurgy there, a bit rituals, meditation aspects, a lot of things I'm going to be discussing. So it's going to be nice. So it's not for people that is completely new to the stuff. So if you have a little bit of understanding of the occult, that is preferable. Even though in the beginning, in the first 3 months, I do discuss certain basic things. But it's better for you to have. I have for those who are beginning at the beginning, then I have another course, or I would even advise to read the book, right, Anarcho's book. So yeah,
Definitely a good foundational
will be-
knowledge. Yeah.
yeah, it's
And
foundational
we
knowledge.
will link your page below the video.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you for that. And so
You're welcome.
I hope for the next time again we will continue on our discussion. And
In a probably more formal way, but
Yeah.
this time was a bit improvised, but it went well, and I think we have a great discussion on very much interesting topics and so on. And yeah, thank you very much for your time.
You too, man.
And
You too, brother. You know,
Thank you very
always, you can always count on me. So if you need me, just let me know. Thank you, guys, and bye bye.
Have a good time.
Have a good time.
So, Jungs, und ja, für euch jetzt nochmal die Ansage, Chris musste kurz weg und ich werde jetzt halt den Stream beenden. Das wird einen Moment dauern. Also heute gibt es halt leider keinen Song, weil ich es von hier nicht einstellen kann. Und ja, wir werden jetzt einfach halt die Kameras ausschalten und dann werde ich den Stream beenden. Also von daher, hier gibt es halt gleich nichts mehr zu sehen.